You heard?
Yes,
we
sir.
Here.
You are now tuned in to another episode of Free Game Friday.
So we finna start using these free games as just like life updates, business updates. Y'all can still send in questions. We fuck with those too, but really it'll just be like an update. I know we just got off the road. We did the not even the first leg of tour, the first toe of tour. We did
Toe?
Texas, Houston, and Dallas. Now we back home. How was that experience for y'all?
Mr. Prince?
A lot. It was very, overwhelming in an amazing way because it's like all the work that we've done just manifested itself and kind of showed itself in 30-minute intervals, basically, of just wow, this is a lot of people, you know?
Sheesh. Similar. This is my first time. Well, not my first time, but this is definitely the most that I've had to handle while we're on a business event. Like when we go to LA and do things, I'm helping coordinate things, but not at this magnitude.
It was a lot.
Yeah. And it's we're doing radio interviews. I need to make sure that we're on point with all the tour stuff and that we're getting guests checked in on time and, that everybody's up and we know when Ubers are going to come. So, yeah, it's definitely overwhelming in a beautiful way. That was a great way to put it. I wouldn't ask for nothing else.
Right. You don't realize how much goes into that shit until you in it.
Boy.
And Payne performs at night. We do day shows. So that in itself is like having to go through the whole day and then give your all at 8:30 p.m. is like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. How has it been for you?
It was rough initially. We had our conversations because I just couldn't find that space. I was seeking validation more so than having fun and performing with my niggas. I felt like I was performing, and I don't really like feeling like I'm performing. I
Dance,
just like
nigga.
to, do what I love. So it was an interesting feeling initially. But it's funny, Coney hit me earlier, and he was like, bro, I'm watching this Houston vlog, and I feel this shit from home, nigga. This shit crazy.
Damn.
And it's just like, everybody, that has been the story for everyone. My cousin hit me this morning, and it's like everything I was feeling, no one else experienced. But I was telling him in the house, it's not even about anyone else. It's like when I know I could drop 81 and I only put up 30, it's a blow to me still because I did me a disservice.
Yeah, I feel that. That's how I felt too. Even hearing you say that you weren't having a good time was difficult to hear because it's like, this is for you. This is because of you. The rest of us having a good time matters because we're on your team and we help cultivate that energy, but you have the power to alter the space. And if you're not having a good time, the rest of us is going to feel it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't really want to have a good time if you're not having a good time.
But that's the thing. I didn't make nobody feel it.
No, definitely not. But it's still it hurts my heart to know. You worked for this. You earned this. This is...
And
moment.
what I kind of settled on, I feel like I was experiencing imposter syndrome. I couldn't fathom how I was in front of 5,000 white people off the work I did. You feel me?
Yeah.
That was what it was. It was I couldn't grasp it.
Do you feel like you have a better grasp on it now?
Yeah.
What is your perspective of it before was that you were performing for these people. What's your perspective now?
Prior, I was trying to be a part of their world. Now I'm going to bring them into my world.
That's great.
That's why I was spending so much time in the crowd because I'm like, let me cater to you. But it really should be no, let me cater to me and let you experience me catering to me.
Mm-hmm. Is that reflective of you going into the crowd on other shows as well? Is that your intention or that was just the intention this time when you went into the crowd?
It'd be a mix of both. sometimes I get pulled into the crowd, and then sometimes I have to go because I feel like it needs to be like moved around. Like the energy is stagnant, and I need to like shake it up a bit. You know, like when you're in front of somebody, it's harder for them to do this.
They still do.
Still do it, you know? And that was my thing each night. I was like, I'll come out of finding my purpose, I joined in the service, they do whatever beneath the surface, and then don't hear a roar after. And I'm like, I'll be looking at you like,
they seeing what I'm seeing?
You know, but they were enjoying it, you know. After each show, there was hundreds of messages and posts that was like, I love that. But, yeah, because I'm not used to recognizing it in that form. It was just interesting. Like and I'm still working it. Like I'm excited, but I'm excited to go do the next shows because I get to explain this whole process to people. And I was telling Mike, like, we should make the show even more communal and just explain, like, you know, this is what we on. We all just gonna play a little and figure out things, and we're gonna do some songs. And those who fuck with it, I'm glad y'all fuck with it, and we just gonna do our thing, you know. But this one, I feel I was really going out there both nights trying to like win someone over.
What if you let them like throw out any song? That because you know how you did like Toy Soldiers and shit by Eminem, like because sometimes you'd be like, you want a song, and it's like, well, a lot of those people don't really know you, or like the few that do know you, you could barely hear them. But it might be kind of tight to hear you like cover shit too.
You know, it's crazy.
Like
I was thinking about that when we was watching Payne set, and he'll throw in instrumentals of other people's shit.
They go crazy.
I was literally thinking about that. Like we dropped new instrumentals and just
when
put our
you did
own
Wait
spin
for You.
on it.
Oh my God, they were losing their
Giveon.
minds.
Yep.
When he did the Giveon.
Oh,
shit.
it was Giveon, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because he was like blending instrumentals, and I was like, if you play instrumentals, they know it'll kind of already get them loose and then that. But I'm also like,
that's not what you.
You feel me? Yeah. Like that's me leaning.
But
far
you also
into like let
that.
me please.
You
know,
like at rehearsals, you were doing DMX covers and all type like that be Ibiza, like that be your shit. Yeah. That was the first time I ever heard somebody do it.
I have to do it for me. I wasn't doing it. They didn't even know Ibiza. You know, like I'll be singing them up my face above the water.
Right. All of us.
They don't even know the song. You know, so, like those are for me. So yeah, just finding that balance of like what's for me and what's for them, and figuring that out. But it's like when I have to do it for me because when I do it for them and I don't get a certain response, I feel like damn,
fuck me.
You know, right?
Yeah. How do you deal with it, Mike, when you're on stage and like you feel like you just went crazy and they're just staring at you?
Probably I realized that like out of those 5,000 people, like there's 5,000 different responses and different ways that people just receive and experience music. Like for me growing up, like I'd be listening to like gangster rap and have no idea that I'm listening to gangster rap because I just listen for the beats and for just something I can vibe to. And like a lot of them, like they may not have ever heard like actual lyrics that aren't just like, oh, it's just a catchy tune. So it's like some of them, like I saw some of them like, and then others like raising their hands words. Like they over here like having a spiritual encounter. Like everyone had a different response.
You know what's funny? It makes me think like when you got your headphones in, you never know what a nigga listening to. Some
Right.
people just have it like this in the car and they shit like boom. Boom,
Oh
boom.
God!
But a nigga just like this because they, you know, like you're in your own world, and I understand that, and I think about that too because I do look in the crowd and I can see where, you know, Cujo was saying that too. It's like people aren't even used to experiencing.
It's like when you post something and the only thing that you respond to is the negative comment. But you just scroll past hundreds of fire. This is great, and you like the only thing that you can see that triggers you is a negative response. It's like something happens in our brains where we only want to recognize the negative. Like that's the only thing that we choose to respond to because niggas are cheering, they're losing their minds.
See,
and all
it's a
types
little
of stuff.
different on a show than social media because on social media, the negative is few and far between because this is my page. But at a show,
But
if
it's
you
not
just
though.
look,
like when you get seated, that shit be. all
negative.
types of random comments.
I don't, you know how I feel about seating.
Yeah. But it's also like seating is how Wallow found you.
Mm. Yeah.
Like, so I don't give a fuck. I got 1.2 million now, so. But that's what I was saying too. Like, I feel like this is the part of gaining new fans that we have not touched yet. Like, you have gone since I've known you. The only show that I've really seen you do where niggas didn't know you was Monterey, and then very few and far between on bookings where it's like the crowd just, they don't know you or they ain't rocking with it. But you really avoided this feeling because you don't enjoy it, of course, and you try to do whatever you enjoy. But I feel like this is you have a choice after this to like be like, yeah, I want to gain new fans in this manner, or this isn't something that I enjoy. But at least you get to experience this.
Ooh, also, I think like we're going like the more difficult route of like engaging audiences because we aren't just like putting up something that's like catchy or something that like we know, oh, if we put like some type of beat, like a Drake beat or something that everybody knows, like that's guaranteed gonna turn them up. But like we're actually like doing something that's not.
I'm having to get people to turn off some shit they never heard.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for them 808s and a catchy instrumental, and that nigga's up there playing the keys and the violin. It's like you are completely going against everything they know, and they're like, this kind of hard. But it take them a minute to
This nigga out
get
here making music.
Whoa.
This nigga out here really making from scratch.
Right.
We performing from scratch.
No backing track, no instrumental.
Yeah.
It's like, sheesh. I don't know what's happening. That would be me in the crowd. I don't know what is happening right now. Like, I'm amazed. I'm enjoying it, but like, what the fuck, you know?
Which show did y'all enjoy more?
That's tough. I feel like Dallas had better energy. Like, they was rah, but
The Houston set was
the
legendary.
Houston set was
that
crazy.
Was like
Yeah.
H-Town coming down. Michael Prince and Bun B. Paul Wall, baby.
Yeah.
That was
the
that
Houston
was a moment.
experience was fuller than Dallas. But Dallas had
Even
crazy
Dallas though, with the
energy.
Lil Homie and the people
Yeah.
coming in, they were both really great shows.
Mm-hmm.
They're both, and that's why I was kind of upset with myself because I wish I was able to be more present and live in like how special that was. It's like to be a little black kid from Vallejo and get in front of 5,000 people who don't know you, but they're open to figuring out, you know?
Yeah. Dallas was more rough too for me, like admin wise.
Logistically, yeah.
Yeah. It was like we had a hella shit like backstage and who can do what, and then the room was tight, so we had to change things last minute, and then we went over our set time, and it just it was just like I don't like messing up. So what one did you enjoy?
I really liked the Houston one because it was just kind of like, for me, it was full circle. So I was like, wow. Like the same people that I was like begging to like reach out to and like tagging and hoping they would like see me just casually. They're like, oh, what's up, Mike? Like, it's
Damn.
Yeah.
crazy.
Right?
Like
Right.
Houston, like legends, like those are the people. Like
That's the lineage. And to kick it
Damn.
off that way. Yeah. And that was the thing about Houston. I was excited to start in Houston because the Houston that I experienced and know, but it wasn't the same
wasn't.
Houston.
It wasn't. It was partially, but it wasn't.
Like the Houston that we cultivate at our shows, when Bun B and Paul Wall come out, it would have went. When we was just doing renditions of the songs, it was nothing, you know.
Nigga,
So
they
it was
were
like,
hanging from the walls.
right.
Showing
It was, and that's what was throwing me off.
You had expectations.
Yeah, based on previous experience.
You didn't go into it like, well, whatever this experience is, I'm okay with. It was like, nah, this bitch gonna be yanking, and then when it wasn't, you're like, fuck is this? I didn't order this.
And it's not necessarily a like intended expectation. It's just like Fonny is my brother. So when I see my brother,
You expect him to
I
be.
expect to see my brother.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's not intentional. Like he needs to be this way. It's just like I know I'm gonna see my brother.
And we were like, you got the same crowd as him. Da-da-da-da-da. We went out there. We were like,
It was completely opposite, and it was like,
yeah, we had a lot of expectations.
Had to rework.
Yeah.
Like when you come out, especially when we do 10s, 20s. Like when I come out and do 10s, 20s, you expect like
50s
to hear, but when it's just a little pocket, it's like, oh, what time is it? Time to go backstage.
I'm gonna come back out.
That's what's really dope though. Just even seeing my fans and my people show up in these spaces for me is like beautiful as fuck. I'm so honored that people was like, nigga, I pay a fee that I don't usually pay because my dog there, and I'm gonna go show up and support. That's special.
Right.
And I'm gonna come out at a time of night I don't usually have to come out to support my boy, and they doing that. So I'm really grateful because I don't come out after 8:30, you know. So the fact that they wait, man.
No part of
grateful.
this tour is you, really. Like
No.
you're completely in another nigga's world.
I'm really in Payne's world, and I'm just like navigate. Like even us staying after, you know, like we be done. We don't be out to midnight.
Oh,
so
God.
all of this is like me adjusting to be in someone else's
And he wants
world.
you to come out every night at the end of his set. It's like we have no choice but to stay. But also, like, I like it because he also gets to be a part of our world.
Hell yeah. And you know, on some of these next shows, I'm finna get up on that stage when he do some of them joints, cause he needs that energy too. And we gonna get up there and give it to him.
They gonna drag you. Not just playing.
They all love LaRussell.
They love
and that's the
LaRussell.
thing, like niggas is so happy I'm on the tour. That's
Everybody
why, like,
loves you.
You know, I don't like that I felt any type of way about anything because it's like, bro, it's a blessing.
Yeah, but I mean, you're human. Like that come with it, and that's
Right.
like that's also why I was like, we should do a free game Friday because I know how fresh it is, and I think that like this perspective is so important for people to hear because it's like, bro, that's a very human reaction and experience. Yeah.
Also, I think Houston is kind of like so big. Like there's so many different cultures in Houston that can like pop out for any event at any given time.
Right.
Just Texas in general is just so diverse. So I think the experiences in different cities are going to be so much different because it's going to be like a different culture. Like from Iowa to like Atlanta, it's going to be so much
all these shows
different.
are going to be, and that's
Iowa?
you know that's something I'm actually like kind of looking forward to because some of these markets, I'm like, man, is these even markets that we would tour in or anything? Like we've never looked towards Iowa,
Right, and that's what I was saying
I know
too.
for sure some young black niggas in Iowa who like,
Waterloo.
nigga, we fuck with rap,
And
but
that's
they
what I
not
was
getting
saying.
served.
Like you're the kind of artist. If you touch a market once, you have a base there for the rest of your life. Like you go into these markets allows you to establish.
Right,
your
somebody
presence
gonna
there.
come back out.
Boy, I guarantee.
We could go back to Iowa
guarantee.
in 3-4 months and
I
somebody
guarantee.
popping out for real.
And that's really in my brain. Initially, when you got offered for the T-Pain tour, I was like, he probably not gonna do it. Like in my head, because I'm like, you got to be in another nigga's world. Like it's his tour bus, it's his show. We're on somebody else's time. That's just like not really how you operate. So you saying, yeah, I'm like, okay, in your head, you know, this is all about opportunity to grow my fan base, and you know, to tour with a musical legend.
Yeah.
But it's like
An icon.
you still have to like live that part out of like the opportunity part and knowing that like it's not the LaRussell show.
Yeah. But we sure do make it.
Oh God.
For real. For real.
Oh God.
That's what was beautiful. It's like we still do our thing and make it where we can make it.
And you still get to make music. We get to travel.
That was a really dope part of the Dallas show. I remember like turning around and everybody on stage was in one of them. It was like we all was in one of them. Spikey B was me. It was just like we was all in that mode, and that's like that's what we need to just reel it in. We need to just, and that's where my focal is gonna be going forward. Is like no. Let's do what we do at home and just let them bear witness to that energy.
It's like Seattle. It's no different from any of the other shows we've ever put on. It's just,
But it is.
it's just a base that's not there for you. But the show itself is still yours. That 30-minute is yours. It ain't nobody else's. Like, you get to go up there and do what you do.
Right.
Every time.
Yeah. Only difference is like there's no, that bitch said, bring out T-Pain. I said, oh, well, I just started. So unfortunately, you gotta see me first. Bring out T-Pain.
Sorry about this. He said, what song you want to hear? T-Pain. Fuck. That's when you go into, I'ma buy you a drink. I'ma get you T-Pain.
Oh, you want some T-Pain? You want some T-Pain?
Simon, drop that shit.
L T-Pain. Yeah. But he needs some L T-Pain.
Also, one thing I thought about, like, the people like in the very, very front might be like diehard like T-Pain
For
fans
sure.
too, that get there super early. So you might have like people that like are dying to even get like requests off that might be like all the way in the back.
And they were,
Which
too.
makes sense because remember we said it was all, you know.
We thought somebody was back there dying and she was trying to get a song requested.
Right.
Yeah, it's been beautiful to see them show up for you though. Like, there are LaRussell fans in those crowds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
A lot of them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A lot
Small
of them.
but mighty.
Oh God.
That's a beautiful thing. I'm excited to see Iowa show up.
And you haven't been doing the Houston, I'm home.
We've been moving.
On me.
Nigga, move. That we on the move. For real.
Man.
For real.
What's if like Mally or somebody else, like a artist who you've been like mentoring, were to like ask you for some advice on how to go into it or something, like what would you tell them that you've learned so far since being on tour?
Nothing. This
ain't
keep
learned
coming
shit.
back. For real. I would tell them go watch the tapes. I did it so I don't have to tell you. It's something you can't. It's just unexplainable. It's like go watch the tape. That's the best thing you could do.
I feel it.
Go watch the tape. You feel
I
me?
lived it.
Especially with something like this. Like Mally always gets to like share stage and space with me, and that's the audience, the same audience. So like going into this, everyone's going to handle having 5,000 people staring at you, possibly like not reacting or like everyone handles that differently.
Yeah.
And like I said, for me to be at the level I am, it was still like a new shot for me. Like, damn,
God.
especially coming from like Bottle Rock where there's thousands of people, but they. It's such a different experience that you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little. It took me back to like when I first started, and any show I did, nobody knew who the fuck I was, but it was different because it's only 20, 30 people. It's
And
not,
you knew that nobody knew who you were.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's just a different experience. But it was like beautiful to adjust and have those conversations and like I said, I think ultimately it was really like just imposter syndrome. Like I couldn't factor it because I would never be in that situation off my own. It's like when we get to the point where the venue is 5,000 people in there, it's gonna be niggas in there,
And it's gonna be Yankee.
and it's gonna be a whole different energy. You feel me? So it was just like
I ain't gonna lie, when I
it
did
was unfathomable.
when I did that poetry, I was hella nervous and I heard a couple woos and I was like, I did that shit. Like it didn't matter if only 3 people clapped. I was juiced. I moved somebody. But I feel it. It was like it's hard to make eye contact because they all just look like fish, like waiting on you to drop the food out your hand. It's like
do something, nigga. And it better be cool.
And then you do something and they just stare. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. And then Pain comes out and everybody's going crazy.
Oh my God.
And it's like, y'all were alive this whole time?
Yeah, we came for him.
Right? But it's beautiful. It's like, beautiful lesson learned. Like it just it makes us get better. It just makes us get better and grow and learn more experience. And like we get to really witness a master at work, and we get to take the pieces that align and make sense for us and bring it back home. And it's so dope because watching him literally is making me say, okay, I'm gonna go the other way. You know, like he did all the hits, so I try to come out doing all the hits, but it's like, no, I'm gonna go do the catalog then, because y'all gonna get that. So I'm finna give y'all, I'm finna fill you up and feed you, and then when he come out, you could party because your food digested. So we're gonna take that route, and now they get something completely different.
Do you think that you've been a bit spoiled in like you don't have to win crowds no more? Like you just do LaRussell shows, so it's like
I don't know if that's real though. I had to win Battle Rock,
that's true,
and that was hella people.
but I'm also like.
But it was also like they showed
came
up specifically
to your set.
for my set. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like, yeah, you had to win them, but also they chose to walk over to your stage while you performed. So it was like, I'm gonna go see what's that's about, you know.
Yeah,
Whereas those people are like, well, I gotta sit through your set no matter what.
Yeah, I don't be really having to like win crowds anymore too much. Like I'm usually, you know, if I'm there, it's people who came to see me there. So yeah, it is a different experience. And like I say, it's not like the old days where you got to win a crowd, but it's only 30 niggas. It's like you have to win over a crowd that is influenced by who's next to them. You know, like when you somewhere and somebody next to you got certain energy and they like it make you uncomfortable to really show the love that you even want to show.
Yeah, you got to be really like solid within yourself to be able to still gig, and the person next to you me mugging. It's like, damn, I can't have a good time.
Right.
Yeah. We should talk about our newest endeavor.
Yeah. Offer-based subscriptions.
You'll probably be watching this
Offer-based
as
subscription.
a subscriber.
We should leak this one before it. Just so they know, you know, and then it's like the next one's going to be behind that wall. It's like, come holla at us. But, yeah, I think... I know this is like the next wave and innovation of what it looks like as like a person of service to foster community. It's like minimum contribution from the maximum audience. You know, like
wow.
If anybody else did it, I would allocate monthly to a lot of different artists at the $1, $2, $3, $4. Easy. Because that's just like, why not?
And it's like,
why not?
There's so many artists that I want to support, but there's no way for me to actively support them. So, you know, I just like their
a whole
posts.
Platform where it's like, I could go find all the artists that I love, and it's like, oh yeah,
I could just put aside a little $50, $100
budget of and I can allocate it according to however many artists I want to support. And if you got 1,000 people doing that at any fucking amount, it's like you're doing well.
You doing real good.
To just do what you already doing. You know, it's like we really providing service. These free games is real. Like that T-Pain, that Houston show, it just went up today. It's already got like 3,000-4,000 views. People were waiting. Coney in his house like, man, I got to get this feeling.
Right.
For free.
For the F.
And I love that. So it's like, yeah, let's bring it home. We're going to offer based on the subscription side. And this is just going to help us build and cultivate everything. Like, think about what a nigga like us going to do with. It's like, bro, we do it now with less. This the way. Right. So we just asking the people who support out of that 100,000 YouTube subscribers and 1 million Instagram followers, all we saying is like, if you love what we doing and what we put out into the world, allocate monthly and put whatever you want to put. It's offer-based month. There's no monthly subscription where you can say how much you want to pay for. Spotify gonna beat you over your head for their money.
Netflix, all them.
Gonna beat you over the head for their money. For old content, for shit that's like, you know, and we constantly updating new shit and we giving it and you can pay whatever you want.
Big homie JC, I ain't got nothing else to say. You know what to do.
Oh God, powered by even.
Sheesh, innovators. That's fire.
Michael Brand, how many albums you distributed so far?
5.
And when we met, how many did you have out?
None.
Bruh. Yes.
Right? You've been the
He's been our greatest,
yep.
like, this nigga.
Our biggest success story. For real. For real.
It was. I just watched the videos and did
He
it.
watched tape. Niggas just went and watched the tape.
Right.
Free Game Friday. Literally.
Man.
I watch it at school after class.
Wow. That's tight.
Yup.
You always be wondering like what people doing with all the information.
And the thing is, like, if he was able to get all this information and grow a base of 500,000, and now he's going to be able to have a monthly community, that's worth a monthly subscription
That's
of
worth
$1. At the minimum, it's like, if you
Right.
could have got access to all that for $12 a year, that's a steal. You almost feel like you robbing niggas. Like, when it's
Right.
free, it's like, wow.
Right.
I changed my life off free game.
Free Game Friday.
We gonna take the Friday off because we finna start giving this shit.
Just free game.
Nigga, it's free game every day.
Sheesh.
Every time we get behind
Well, I
these
guess
mics
it's not
and turn
really
them
free no
cameras
more,
on, it be
'cause-
free game.
You going behind that paywall.
It's still free game because YouTube's still getting the snippets, Spotify still
True.
getting the snippets. Like,
True. I loved free game.
you still get access to the trailers, and those be like informative as fuck. It's just like, bro, some shit. We're the movie theater. It's like no one goes to the movie theater and expect to get in free. There's only certain niggas who still trying to sneak into the movie theaters. It's like, bro, you don't have enough decency to pay for your fucking movie ticket.
It's $12.
And we not even charging that. And we saying you can see all our movies
For whatever price you want
for
to
whatever
pay.
price you want to pay.
Right. Right.
And get all the information. Live stream, rehearsal, all the rehearsals finna go behind that. All of our live stream shit. Start live streaming free games, studio sessions.
Unreleased music, all
Everything
that.
going
The
behind
grill
that motherfucker. Like,
sessions.
you gonna really get access to like the world that we're creating, that we've given away for free to YouTube, to Instagram, to Twitter, to everywhere else. We've given it away for free. And you know, it's like right now it's like they have all our art. We don't even have our own house.
Damn.
We
Right?
literally made and bought hella furniture and put it in everybody else's house.
You know how they always be saying like you need to own your data and shit. Like you need to get people's emails for email marketing and phone numbers, and it'd be like, bruh, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that? Like that's
You
how I
ain't
was
got no
saying.
house.
That's why I was like, money's only as valuable to a nigga who know how valuable it is. Like a nigga who don't know what diamonds are worth, or just toss that shit and be like, I don't, that ain't dollar bills. Fuck, I'm gonna do with that. But it's like we turned that into money that anybody can make money off of. Like once it goes public and everybody can be like, I got 100,000 Instagram followers. This is where I'm gonna be doing all my content. Like they're doing it already on Instagram with their subscribers
like
and
our
shit.
fourth or fifth cultural contribution where we've
Ooh,
allowed
wee.
everybody else to make some paper.
Right.
A whole bunch of niggas ran up paper on Even because
Oh, God.
LaRussell.
Oh God,
You
what's
feel me? And
TBA?
we finna do it again. A bunch of
Sheesh.
niggas ran up paper on what's bro. We finna do it again, and niggas gonna get to run up more paper.
And I'ma
but
do
it's
that
like
shit
you gotta
again.
be a provider.
And again.
Stop robbing these fans.
Again.
Stop robbing
And
these
again,
fans,
I'ma
nigga.
do that
But
shit
I guess it's
again.
never robbery if you tell a nigga you pay whatever you want and they decide to. But it's like if you gonna do that, provide.
Right.
Provide. Nigga, we not trying to sign up monthly for 2 songs. Provide. Give.
Right.
You feel me? Give it.
Damn. We're really shaking shit up.
Loma Prieta.
Bro, passive income is really how you get rich. It's really how you get rich.
Yeah.
When you no longer work for your money and your money works for you, sheesh.
Bro, this shit gonna be stupid because I feel like, let's see, by the end of the year, we should put it in what we think we'll be at subscription wise, like how many people.
It's launching in June, so we got 6 months.
Sheesh.
10,000?
Last say 10K by the end of the year.
I ain't gonna lie. You ran up to 200,000 on Threads and you don't even post on there. So I'm gonna give you about. Nigga don't say nothing. Why y'all not saying nothing?
I was thinking like 5.
5,000.
Just because I feel like getting people to like convert is like I just feel like it's a slower build. Like building YouTube subscribers took us hella. Bro, I've had a YouTube channel for long as fuck, and it's free. You feel me?
You also went from, what were we at last year in December before we got the milestones? Like 60,000 or 70,000?
You almost had 200,000.
We did 100 before the year ended. We remember that.
Yeah.
It was like, what the fuck? And then it just.
I don't know. Go ahead.
I think that like 50,000 is very like reachable considering like the global like spotlight that this tour is bringing. Plus like all you need to do is get them to convert. So whatever like route that looks like, where it's like, oh, just press a button versus pressing like 3 buttons, like plus you have all the data from all those millions of people. Plus, like you were talking about email lists, like boom, email back.
Yeah. I was going to
Really
say like
easy.
30. Like 30 to 50. In 6
Man.
months?
That'd be
That
crazy.
nigga said 5, 10. You said 50?
50.
And I'm gonna say 30. Niggas got high hopes. We believe in our dog. Yeah, I just feel like the value that you're gonna bring, and you're a really incentive-based artist. Like, it's never hard for you to get people to buy into what you're selling because you make it worth their while. You don't be like, oh, come buy this from me, even though you could get it from anybody else, but get it from me. It's like, nah, I'm gonna give you this that you can't get from nobody else, plus this, and that. Like, niggas gonna get free tickets to the backyard shows. Niggas gonna get royalties. They gonna get merch. It's like, and once this
Yeah.
merch drop, and they see really, boy,
We doing a yearly subscription, an annual subscription, $1,000,
minimum.
and you get tickets to all the backyard shows that year. Really, tickets to
Whatever LARUSSEL'S
every show that year. You do the $1,000 annual subscription, you can get a ticket to every show that year.
That sound fair. And royalties.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Ooh wee.
Man.
And you'll get specialty items like when you do the vinyl and the merch items. We'll have limited edition stuff. It's like,
Wait, never had this kind of incentivization at any level.
oh, that's the win. It sounded like it was raining.
Damn. This the future.
Welcome.
The near future.
Welcome
We
to the
launching
future.
June 2nd. Backyard show. We starting off with music. Yeah, because we're going to drop this free game. So we starting off with a shit ton of music. I got over hundreds of songs that y'all can just go through and fuck around and play and listen and find the ones y'all love and like. And it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah. So my questions. You got anything else you want to say?
No.
You heard? It's been another marvelous episode.
A free
Free
game
Game Friday. We don't even know what
Friday.
episode we on. We just going to keep on going.
Episode vibes.
38. I think.
It's not 38.
Hey, that should have probably be. That'd be the funniest shit.
It's 38. It was 20 something the last time I checked.
Wow. When did we start free game?
Like-
We took like a year off.
Yeah, we took a minute off, so yeah. But these are, I like this better
That
because
nigga
it's just
said he
kicking
would get
it.
out of class and go watch them.
Man.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That was 2022.
Feeding the streets.
Oh God, that's what grew my page. Free Game Friday changed my life.
Jeez. Yeah. All right, freaky ass niggas. We out of here.
69 gods, I'ma fuck with you.
Yeah.